Hi, I am Opeyemi Olasunkanmi. I am welcoming us to this session. This session is the beginning of our Microsoft Excel course. And also, in this course, we are going to be talking about Google Sheets too. However, all of the spreadsheets have the same principles. So, when you understand how to navigate through one of them, you can easily apply the same principle to the other ones. So this course is going to be posted on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our channel and press the notification icon so that other free resources from our platform can be shown onto you and you can have access to them. Thank you very much. So when we want to work in Microsoft Excel, we click on the software on our computer. When we do that, the software will bring us to this page. So in order to do anything with Microsoft Excel, we are going to start from this page. So this is the beginning. So there are several things we can do on this particular page, and we are going to be looking at them one after the other. We may not look at some of them now, but in one way or the other, we will still come back to them as the course progresses. If you follow me very well, you will see this area here that is written new. You can see this new. At this section is where we can create our new workbook. So when we are working in Microsoft Excel or in any spreadsheet, we are actually working in a workbook. So it's either we create a new workbook or we work with the existing ones. So if we have a particular workbook that we had created before, we can go into that workbook and continue our work. So if we want to create a new workbook, we have two options. The first option is to create a blank workbook. You can see it here. It is the first option, a blank workbook, which means that this workbook is blank. There is nothing inside it. And usually when we want to start a new project, we will most often use a blank workbook because we can start anything we want to do from the scratch. However, there is another option where we can actually work with some existing templates. So if there is a particular task we want to perform and that task has some templates that are already built in Excel, we can just go straight to those templates to make life easy for us. So this is a template, these are templates, these are templates. However, if you want to access more templates, you can just click on this more template icon. So when we click on it like this, it will give us all these available templates here. You can see all the form of templates that we can use, from HR to accounting to data visualization and co. So let's go back to where we are coming from, which was home. So now, after creating a new workbook, assuming you create a new workbook and you started working in it, one of the things we want to do is to save the workbook. But before we go to this, what of if we want to access the workbook that we had already used in the past? And that is where all these other options are. If you look at all these places, you can see that these are the recent workbooks that were used on this computer. So I can just click on any of them and start working with it. So assuming I want to work on this particular one, my schedule, I just click on it and I'm working with it. However, if I want to click on more workbook that I had used in the past, I can click on this more workbook. So if I click on this more workbook, it's going to take me to every file location on my computer where I have saved one workbook or the other in the past. So I can click on these folders, and with these folders, I can check all of these options. Now, let's go back to home again. So if you don't want to go through this long route, you can just click on open here. If you click on open, it will take us to that same folders where you would have kept any form of workbook that we have created in the past using this particular computer. So that is that about that. Let's go back to home. So assuming we have worked on our workbook and we have created it and we want to save our work. When you work in a spreadsheet, you have to save your work, because if you don't save it, the work is going to be lost. Now, there are two options when we want to save our work. The first option is when we newly create a workbook, we will need to save it and then assign a name with it. So usually we are going to use save as option, this save as, because this is where we will be allowed to give a name to our workbook, so that whenever we want to access that workbook again, we can comfortably go there and use that name to access it. So when we press save as like this, it's going to take us to our computer. So we can now choose anywhere. So you can click on this browse. When you click on this browse, it will take us to all these places where we can save our book. Assuming I want to save my workbook in desktop, document, download, anywhere I want to save it. And then I can let the name there. So let me say this is training workbook. So, and then after that, you look at save as type. So when you click here, you can see several options. So when you want to save your workbook, you should save it as an Excel workbook. You see now, Excel workbook. It is the first option. So this is where you are going to save your work. So if you use macro, you can save it as Excel macro enabled workbook. And then there are several other options here. However, for a regular Excel work, you are going to be saving it as Excel workbook. So you click on it. So with this, the type must be Excel workbook and the name must be whatever you want it to be. And then you can click save. So now, this is not saving now because this particular workbook, we have not created a new workbook. You understand? So that is why this is not saving. So by the time we create a new workbook later, we are going to be saving it and you will see how it works. Now, the second option is save. After we have created our workbook, we have saved it, then we want to be saving the later work. So we are going to be clicking on save. So when we click on this save, then our work is going to be saved. We can use Ctrl S to save. So when we press Ctrl S, it's going to save our work automatically without having to go through all of this. Now, the other option here is print. So we can print our Excel worksheet. And then share. We can share it, we can export it, we can publish it, and so on.